Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Settiati, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woohoo! Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to the audience. Thanks for coming to The Patty Show, y'all. We're on episode 68. It's crazy. Strength Beyond the Body. This is coming out in Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. If you celebrate, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff. We'll sing eventually, maybe, because my guest is a very special one. We'll get to my guest soon. But, welcome back. It's your host, Patty Settiati. I have the honor to, just have a blessed time on The Patty Show. I get to introduce some passionate people that I have the pleasure of connecting with that bring positivity to this world. Bars. That's how I do it right here. That's how we do. Speaking of great people, shout out to our previous guest for episode 67. He works with kids. That's why, we did that a lot. Wyatt Marshall. Thanks for coming to The Patty Show, man. He's killing it with 28 FC in Boston, helping all those kids in the city with not just soccer, but just life skills in general, making it out of those neighborhoods and everything. So he's killing it out there. A soccer lover, coach, teacher, former firefighter as well. Really good stories about firefighting. And, man, shout out to all the first responders out there. Y'all really killing it. And he also loves travel backpacks. Like, we were geeking out, bro, on the little travel backpacks and everything. So that was a really fun episode. Y'all got to check it out. One of our brothers. And speaking of one of our brothers, today it's a special episode. Finally, after 68 episodes of The Patty Show, we have the real estate savant with experience that proves his mastery. Wow, I said that? His effortless swagger and style is one of the many reasons he's so beloved in Mexico. Mexico. He makes the Jeffrey name immensely proud and is someone I can always turn to for anything. Anything. A roof over my head, good food, a great laugh, and constant support. Give it up for the legendary Alex Jeffrey. Woo! My brother.
Oh, man.
Thanks for coming to The Patty Show.
Thanks
for everything, man. We'll get to all the thanks eventually, but if you could give a self-intro, your passions, hobbies, background, how we met, please, the floor is yours.
Of course. First time on The Patty Show, but this isn't our first podcast.
Yes, of course.
The Patty Show.
Yes, y'all don't know.
Only the real know.
Only the real know.
Only the real know.
Man.
The show.
Yes. Oh, yes, I know now. He was, man, a great guest. This is, okay, we're going to have to start the flower section. See? Flowers. Flower section real early on The Patty Show, guys. This man, I'm telling you, when I say support, from day one. I made this radio show in college with Akbar, our homie Akbar. We love you, bro. We miss you.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to you. He's still alive. I don't know.
He's out there somewhere.
We miss you, bro. I hope your child's doing well. But yeah, so the day show, we just talk about how the world, even though we're all different, we can all connect. Does anyone else think differently and the same as us? So Alex was there in one of our episodes, the live radio show vibe podcast, and like I said, he always supported us. It was a great convo. I think it's on Apple Music still, probably somewhere. See, he did his research. But flowers to you, man. Always supporting me the day one from college, bro. He always gave me a place to crash at in New York. Always. We were talking about it earlier. Like, I think I visited the city. I don't know. It felt like so many times because every time I would see you, it would feel like, I don't know, just like we've seen each other every single day kind of thing. And I love relationships and friendships like that. And even though I haven't seen you since your wedding, right? Which was 11
months.
Oh yeah, almost a year. Almost a year. It feels like I've seen you yesterday. Yeah. And this is my brother right here, y'all. I'm just so grateful for you. And man, I love you, bro. I love you, brother. I love you, man.
Same here, bro.
But yeah, please, the background, bro. Tell us about the life.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm not a big background. I don't like talking about myself. I let Patty do that for me. But I'm born and raised in Johnston, Rhode Island.
Shout out to the Rhode Island people over there.
Youngest of three boys with a lot of cousins, a lot of family. So a lot of my background, childhood is a lot of family time. Playing sports, as we'll get into in the podcast.
Of course.
Like big background in like fitness and sports and growing up, and then kind of getting older, going to college where we met Patty and a lot of our good friends. Trying new things and everything, and really since college, been trying to learn about new cultures. I've been very open.
As you can see on his hands, you can see in his hand. Hi.
Shout out the wife.
Yes, Dani. We miss you. We wish you were here. We'll have you on the Patty Show eventually. Maybe in Mexico. That'll be a fun episode.
Mexico version.
Yeah, that'll be a real fun one. I don't think I'll ever leave, and maybe I will get married. The biggest twist of them all. But yeah, man, shout out to let's go back to the Jeffries, okay? Shout out to the family, okay? Man, your mom and dad, man, they raised the whole family, right? Everyone. When I think I finally met everyone at the wedding finally, right? Yeah, and y'all are just like a breath of fresh air. You guys bring the positive energy, the funny laughs. Of course, my boy, Mr. Jeffrey, you know, homie. Young Jackie Chan's gonna make it out to Hollywood. That was still one of my favorite moments at the wedding, bro. Yeah. So at the wedding, guys, how long was it? It was like a 4 or 5 day.
Like 3.
It felt like we were there for like a week in the best way possible. But guys, I'm a clown. I'm a clown, and I like to play around and all that stuff. But I remember it was just randomly having a conversation with your dad and some of the other boys, and then.
But you met your match at the wedding.
Of course.
Playing around and the clown.
Yes, I met the match. The legendary Mr. Jeffrey. That's my sensei. Arigato. If you're watching this, arigato, arigato, arigato. But yeah, we're just chopping it up. I told him how like I'm in acting in LA, Hollywood, trying to be the next Jackie Chan, and he loved it. He loved it.
He ran with it.
He ran with it. All right. He cut, and then we're in another circle with another one of your friends and everything. He's like, "Hey, have you met Patty? He's the next Jackie Chan." And the friend's like,
"Bro, you can't say that shit.
You can't say that, man. You can't. It's 2025 or 20. You can't say that." And he's like, "No. He said it first." And I'm just like dying because like, and then you were also dying because you knew like I definitely said it because I'm an absolute clown.
Bro, you've been Jackie Chan
since I met you. Yeah, for a while back, and so it was just so funny because we were just dying, and then no one's helping your dad, and then your friends probably like, "Damn, is he racist?" Like, no, he's not. We love you, Mr. Jeffrey. You're the boy. When the Fresh Hour 4 comes out, you'll be there in the premiere, so we can prove it, and we'll meet Jackie Chan. That'll be a good picture.
That would be a good one.
Jackie Chan in between me and your dad, or then he doesn't know which one is.
Yeah.
But shout out to that. Yeah, man, that wedding was a fun time, man. It was a blessing, man. It was a blessing, good time. Let's go back to the Rhode Island roots, though, man. You said you played a lot of sports over there. Football was that one of the things that you did?
Yeah. So like growing up, it was kind of a little bit of everything. Started taking like working out and everything pretty serious, like late, like early teens, like middle school, and when I went to high school, like a lot of my friends were playing football, and I was like, I never really played football growing up that much, but obviously like knew a lot about it and everything, and so starting my sophomore, junior, senior year of high school, play high school football and sort of focus on that throughout high school.
And you were what position was it again?
Defensive back.
Defensive back, or as they call it, cornerback?
Cornerback! Yeah.
I saw you average like a tackle a game. Wow, that's a good stat right there, man. Is that good? I don't know.
Plus or minus. I don't know who was keeping stats.
I saw it.
I don't know where you found that.
I found it somewhere on Google, man. Honestly, I was like, that's definitely my boy. I like that. For the people that don't know about that position, that's like, how would you explain that? You're just trying to intercept the ball, kind of, or
you guarding the wide receiver. Usually not played by short people, but I'm a little short, so I had to jump high.
Damn, so you got the hops in, right? There you go.
But yeah, you're kind of on the outside,
making the runs and everything.
Yeah, guarding the receivers, and on run plays, trying to get in and then tackle, but more trying to intercept the ball, like you said.
Damn, that's tough, man. I always wanted to play football growing up, but my mom was like, "This is too dangerous." But then we would just still play WWE. I'm like,
yeah, we don't even have pads on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, which one is the thing? Do you still play any football now, or?
No, man. Honestly, I've been, I've stayed with my sort of roots and like fitness and working out and keeping that serious. But high school was over, and I felt like football was kind of over. I like went into the next chapter, and I feel it's kind of like true with a lot of things with me. And like when the chapter's over, I go like all in, and then when the chapter's over, it's kind of like over, and there's no like maybe there's some looking back, but there's no kind of like half stepping anything. Yep. So like my friends make fun of me now. Like I don't really watch football that much.
Really? Yeah, me neither. But it's hard to keep up. To be honest,
keep up.
Yeah, I used to be a big Patriots fan, with Brady and everything. But now I just follow like players. So like my boy Patrick Mahomes, he's not doing too good right now. But the Chiefs, I know that. But luckily, I just watch the Lakers now. Shout out to Luka and LeBron doing their thing. Austin Reeves. But yeah, man, that's cool, man. I didn't know you were the football guy. I remember him telling me that, but I was like, wow, that's...
No, but you don't know me as the football guy, because after high,
it's like you just transitioned out of it, yeah. In high school, though, man, you went to an academy, right? That all your siblings went to as well, yeah? How was that like being the youngest one when there was like the Jeffrey name was kind of already there, How did you handle all that? I guess pressure maybe, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it started way before high school. Like we went to, we grew up in like a pretty small town, and then went to the same, like our elementary school, middle school was one sort of grade, and then we all went to the same high school. And it would have been a lot easier if my brothers were just like degenerates or something. They all had to like overachieve, like
shout out to the brothers out there,
good grades, good this, and it was just kind of like, yeah, I'm like decent now, but I mean, it's set like I think throughout academically, but also athletically, and then just like from a character standpoint, people always remembered like my brothers, and then my dad was always my mom and dad were always sort of like active and just making sure like taking care of people and helping out people. And so there was definitely like a reputation. Thankfully, it was a good one.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it was something to sort of like keep up. It was hard for me to like kind of hide. And it was definitely a big thing throughout pretty much until like the end of high school of like, oh man, your brother would never do that. Yeah. But like I think at the time it was like not hard to deal with or anything, but it was something that would like frustrate me or whatever. But then looking back, obviously having older brothers, good role models, and also people that kept you honest and kept you
accountable for
like without pressure. Like you said, you used the word pressure. It wasn't really pressure. It was more just kind of, it was like setting the tone, so it was like, it was never really like a lot of pressure to, I made that joke, but like my parents were never like, your brothers would have gotten an A.
Like a tiger parent kind of thing.
Yeah, we always kind of put it on ourselves, me and my brothers, and we were always close without maybe saying a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we always kind of put it on. We always expected a lot of each other, and so it was a good pressure. It was a good amount of pressure. It wasn't stressful, but it was something that kept me accountable. I wasn't able to hide or anything.
Yeah. Or like we were talking earlier before this with some great food, by the way. The complacency part, like sometimes it's nice to take the rest, but then there's a certain point where you're like, okay,
yes,
all right, time to get out of the couch. Yeah, time to go out there and like do your thing, kind of. And more flowers to the family again. Reputation, man, that's a important thing for anybody. You guys have the best reputation, not just from like all the other people, but me personally, man. I remember when I met I think your parents in Thanksgiving.
You met my parents at college, but yeah.
But like, remember like coming to your house? Yeah. That's one of the memories that like stuck to me, bro. Because I don't know what, we were driving back from Boston. I think it was me. It was a group, bro. It was that's why.
It wasn't even Thanksgiving. It was just a Sunday dinner.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it was a Sunday. I thought it was Thanksgiving. It gave me Thanksgiving vibes because the everything was just like warm, welcoming. Your mom has the best. She makes the best. You're the best, girl. Like man, that food was. I still thought about that. I was like, man, how? Maybe I need to go to Rhode Island to find my wife.
Maybe.
That's maybe that's a secret. That story for another time. But man, the hospitality, man, the warmth, and it was just the great energy, man. So like, your family is doing amazing stuff, man. Keep it up, all the good energy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it passes down to the next Jeffrey
Next.
lineage. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, but someone is new to the Jeffrey family. Let's see that ring real quick, player. Oh wow! Show the people. Come on now. You can't see me. You can't see me. How does it feel being a married man in the ripe age of 27?
27.
27, man. How do you feel having someone as amazing as Dani in your life and being part of the Jeffrey family, man?
Yeah. Similarly, like I think my wife keeps me accountable as well. I'm not just thinking for myself anymore, and not that I was ever felt too deep into any kind of degenerate life or anything like that, but just like normal stuff.
Yeah.
But it keeps me really honest and keeps me, like a lack of complacency, like we talked about, beyond like all of the great stuff that is like love of like having a partner, someone to travel with, someone to spend time with, someone you enjoy spending time with.
Yeah.
Those are all great things, but those are kind of the obvious one. Like you expect that in a partner. I think my wife does a really good job at keeping me like level-headed and keeping me honest with myself, making sure that I am doing all the right things for not just for myself anymore, but for our family of 2, but eventually one day our family of 5, 6. I don't know.
Man, 6, 7.
No, 7. No.
That's too much. If he did that, bro, I'd be like, stop, bro. But you never know, twins. You don't have any twins in your big family?
No.
Okay, you should be good
No
then.
twins.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Imagine they're like triplets.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that.
That would be a big responsibility. But man, shout out to her too, man. Like, more flowers to her. Then you're gonna be on the show eventually. But I remember meeting her the first time, and then the twinkle in your eye, bro. It's always nice seeing like your people like so happy because someone's also there to complete them, and it's not like just like because without her also you're a great human, but then with you guys together, man, it's like it's dynamic, man. That wedding, man, you guys were like making sure everyone was good, and we're like, guys, it's your wedding, y'all gotta enjoy, and which is funny because you guys have enjoyment of seeing other people enjoy and positivity and having fun time. So it was just beautiful to be there in that moment. I'm so grateful you guys invited me, and it was fun, man. Just a good energy. I love that, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I think it's interesting for me because we grew up so far and in such different cultures, which has been really cool to learn that culture, to learn a lot like about myself, about her family, how she grew up and everything. And I think it keeps me like wanting it's piqued my curiosity. Like I think I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but part of kind of recent like passions and things that I've been really interested in is just like learning more about people. And I think I always had that, but it's a more like conscious effort now. But my point is that it was interesting to have like our 2 families, specifically at the wedding, but just in general, see how we grew up. And like my in-laws like don't even speak my language. We grew up in different, like everything different.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But when our families finally met, it was just, even though there was like a complete language barrier, like me or my brother translating or whatever, and her brothers and everyone. But with like our parents, they raised us so similarly. So we complement each other in so many ways because there were a lot of like with our cultures and how how we were raised and just a lot of things like that. There are a lot of differences that complement each other well, but then we also are very similar in that sense with like I'm bringing this up because you brought up like the hospitality and sort of the importance of food and making sure people are fed and people are happy and people around you are doing well, and so we both have that like deeply instilled in us. And so it's been good to keep each other honest of checking in with your people and making sure that we're good on each other, like each other are good, because sometimes checking on people a lot, but maybe you're not good yourself, and so we have each other to rely on that. And so it's been, I mean, we've been together for a while, but not like for a few years, but being married has really taken it to another. There is a big difference. It's been good. It's been a little over. I mean, it's been almost a year, and so we're we're doing well.
I love to hear that, man. You see the twinkle. I don't know if you guys see
She's not even
twinkle.
here.
You know, she's not, when she is here, we feel the aura. We feel the aura. Funny enough, because we were grabbing food before this, and Alex was like, "Hey, there's some Mexican food, but we couldn't get Mexican food without our girl." Yeah, I said. He's like, "I'll get it right now." We needed you here, girl. You know, so shout out to you. But yeah, man, I love. Like I said, I can feel the genuine energy you're when you're talking to about her and like your family, and that's the passion. That's why we're so close. Even though I haven't seen you in like a year, like I said, it feels like I saw you yesterday, and then we were just hanging out, and those are the best relationships. I'm glad we always still keep in touch when we can, because the busy, crazy lives that we have, all the different passions and stuff that we have to handle and deal with, it's crazy, but we're blessed, you know. Speaking of blessed, I have to talk about this Real Estate Institute of Rhode Island in 2017, man. You got a what is that, certificate or a
yeah, I was planning at the time to be like a real estate broker in Rhode Island.
2017, man. So you were 20? No, not even. You were
19.
Man, that's the hustle right there. Do you think that comes from the family, like you mentioned, having the great role models? Shout out to the brothers and dad and everybody. Did that definitely impact how you were ambitious at such a young age, man? You know, that's not easy, man.
Yeah. I mean, definitely directly like from my dad. But beyond that, I was always ambitious. And even though I always saw my dad growing up, he works in real estate. He's a real estate broker. Always has a million things going on. And I always knew I wanted to do something entrepreneurial like he is. He's always kind of trying not necessarily new businesses, but in different routes of real estate. And I was working a job like a summer job that I didn't like. It was like landscaping, and I was sort of going back for another summer. I was like, man, this sucks. Like, I really should have just like tried to do something that I actually like. You know, it was bad hours. It wasn't all the camaraderie wasn't quite there from the summer before and the years before. And my dad was like, well, I could use some help. You know, I have a project going on right now. You know, I like it's summer, it's busy season. You can show some rentals and everything. And like I started working with my dad, which I never expected. Like I never thought I was going to do. Even though, you know, we always have like a good relationship, and I've always been interested in his work. I just never really thought of that. Yeah. So spent the summer with him and was like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do. Like, this is awesome. Like it's like that perfect mixture of like having like the technical skills and the analytical part of it, where you really need to kind of put your brain to use, but it's also very relationship driven and connecting with people and being like assertive and being out there, really,
like, making deals, making stuff happen.
Exactly, making stuff happen. And it's my dad just like taught me from the second I started working with him. It's like, you know, you can go into this business, you can go into another business. You're still young, but like at the end of the day, your relationships from day, like your relationships that you start making now are gonna pay dividends later on. And like I met some really really good people that summer. Went and got my real estate license, and I was like certain that I was gonna move back to Rhode Island, work with my dad, and sort of start like my real estate career that way. Didn't work out that way, but
hey, it led to a wife and a new life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, wow, that's insane, man. So your dad does the real estate stuff. I remember him telling me some of that stuff. Did he always start in that like field? What's his little? Or we'll have you on the Patty Show eventually too. That'll be a great one.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's his little mini? Like career path.
Yeah. So my dad is a very ambitious, very driven person. But I wasn't around, but maybe not the best student around. So some people tell me.
That's what they say.
No, but I mean, everyone that like has known my dad for years, like I had a friend of one of my grandpa's old friends, who told me like one thing we never worried about with my grandpa, my mom's dad's, you know, best friend. He was like, we never had to worry about your mom and marrying your dad, because the guy just always worked 7 days a week, 20. So with whatever he did. So your question was, how to get into it? He was working in insurance, sort of like selling insurance and whatnot. And he had
just hustling out there.
Yeah, he had a kind of like a mentor, someone who's a little older than him, who was in the contracting business, was a painter, and told him, hey, you know, like I have this, starting to find these like good deals. I'm kind of getting involved in and like buying real estate. Like, would you like to kind of learn the ropes with me and whatever? And so he decided to kind of dip his feet in it, and then eventually get his license and become like a real estate broker. So he made that shift like in the early 2000s. So like as far as when I remember like a little bit him being in the insurance business, but being in the real estate business is just like it's been really cool to see him, especially now that I'm older and I work in an office job. Knowing him, it's been a way for him to like put his everything that he embodies like to work. Like he's always going a million miles an hour. He's constantly on the phone, talking to people, making relationships. And like when I say, when he sort of preaches about making relationships professionally and also personally, but like talking professionally, when I was working with him for a couple summers and even now, everyone that I speak to like always speaks highly of him and remembers him.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't speak highly of him sometimes. Some people have some bad things. I always say, like, your Doug son depends.
Depends.
No, of course not. But everyone always remembers me, always like leaves an impression. And I've tried to take that with me, and leaving sort of little Rhode Island, moving to New York. It's been like much more difficult because I had no base. I had no connections or anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm
starting fresh.
I started fresh and I still am starting fresh. And but taking those lessons that I learned kind of early on, and also like from when I was younger with my dad, but professionally sort of earlier on when working with him and trying to bring that to New York and to like maybe a bigger scale.
Bigger scale, yeah. Man, first of all, I need you to be like I need my son to be like you, man, because you just absorbed all the information from your brothers, your dad, everybody, and in the best way possible, man. Like taking those lessons and like it's one thing, like sometimes we listen to people's lessons and we're like, no, dad, no, whatever, I'll do it my own. But the smartest people are the ones that take advice from people that genuinely care about them. So that reputation thing that you mentioned, it just makes sense. Like I was talking about earlier. See, I wasn't blowing smoke out here. It's legit. You guys, your reputation from the beginning, like literally that first day I met you, bro, it was just like, I'm like, this is the homie right here. Like he gets it. He's in Indonesian. I was thinking of the word. I was gonna speak in Indonesian. That's how my brother. Sombong means like someone that's like cocky and like or like that type of overconfident energy. You're the opposite of that. Super humble, but you also know your place. Like you make stuff happen. But also always some of the most humble people I ever met, my man. So that's more flowers to you. Speaking of our origin story, though, Fairfield University. What was it like meeting me the first day?
Bro, I swear I can't. I'm trying to like when we talk about this podcast, it's hard to remember the first someone, especially like you. It's hard to remember like what was the first impression of you, because I feel from the moment, and you do this with a lot of people. I know that I'm not special in this sense.
No.
Like you have this energy about you that just brings you in, and you just make people feel like you've been friends for like a while. So I can't tell you like we were at the lunch and you were sort of like standoffish. You didn't know like no, like it was. I don't remember the specific moment, but I remember that time period earlier in college. And it was just like something I hadn't experienced a lot, where you were just your energy was so welcoming. And honestly, that's something that like I've taken with me, trying to be more open and like welcoming. And so the early days are the same as they are now. Like we've of course grown much closer, and we share a lot more and everything. When I say that, I mean sort of the like us goofing off and everything. That's of course like how our relationship started. Obviously, like all of our friends, and obviously with the age we were at and everything. And so there's still moments now that just feel like that. Obviously, like I said, like having the show, or like when we get dinner, or sort of, meet up, there's always sort of much more serious talk. Now we're talking about our lives, our relationships, our work. But from early on, it was always just good vibes, man. Like honestly, like
you're a real one, man. I'll pay you later, big dog. I got you. Bro,
I got everything on my
you got the Venmo, bro. You got the Venmo. But man, yeah, no, it was. It sounds like a cop-out answer, but same to you, man. It's easy for me to do that with people that reciprocate,
Yeah.
something like that. We're college educated, not an English major. Reciprocate. That energy, bro. Because ever since then, we've always been kind of like just hanging, you know.
Yeah.
And we did meet because shout out to my ex-girlfriend, you know. That's how we met.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you want me to
I've mentioned a lot. So I'll have her on the Patty Show eventually too. That'll be a funny episode. That'll be a funny one. Maybe in Puerto Rico. That'll be a fun one. I miss Puerto Rico. It's a good time. But that just goes to show like that we genuinely were friends, not just because of like that connection. You know, it's like we actually bonded. Same for like Kevin, who's gonna be on the Patty Show eventually. Also, I met y'all because of my ex. You know, it's just, and in hindsight, it's such a blessing. Like, because maybe we wouldn't have met, or we would have had different interactions where we went separate ways or something. You never know. So life in hindsight is crazy. College was like, it was, I don't know, I can't even, 4 years of our life just flying by, doing the randomest stuff. Like, man, yeah, it was crazy. All the different activities that we used to do. You did do some clubs at Fairfield though, right? Just like our favorite club, EHAW! EHAW! Epsilon Eta Alpha, the fraternity that is not a fraternity.
That's what it's called.
He acted like he don't know. Yeah, tell me about your time in EHAW with the boys. Shout out to EHAW boys. I think I got 60% of them on the Patty Show.
Ooh,
we're getting close. But Kevin taking forever. Lucas too, man. Hurry up, y'all. Yeah, tell me about the experience with EHAW, if you could explain it to me.
The biggest group of goofballs. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. 100%.
No, man, but like we would have the best time and the most fun and everything. But what I appreciated that part of it, of course, because like we were in college, that's what we were supposed to be doing. But it was also like a very serious group, when with things that mattered, I guess. And so I would always be inspired by a lot of the things that people were doing. Like I was just kind of worried about like getting good grades and like making friends or whatever, and then you would be in 10 clubs, or like Luke would be like volunteering on the weekend
across the world.
So it was really inspiring. And you know, speaking earlier about my wife, and then even before that about like my growing up, I kind of grew up in a very all of my friends growing up, we were all kind of like had the same upbringing. Like we're like very Italian American community. We all kind of shared the same everything you see on TV of Italian, like whatever, Sunday dinners, like
the milkman
family,
comes in.
But like, so there was not like when I would go to my friend's house, like we'd all eat the same food, like we'd have the same. So like what was cool going to college was, bro, like our EHA is like the UN.
Yeah. EHA is the UN. Quit that, guys. That's, I mean, bro.
That's where my curiosity started. Like,
we got Ivory Coast. Shout out to our boy King of Coco. Haiti going to the World Cup. Haiti going to the World Cup, man. It's gonna be a fun one. We got Albania with Kevin. We got Alessio, Italy. Oh my God, Indonesia. Like, you're right. We're the UN. No, Albania. Shout out to Albania. You know, one day we're gonna have a trip.
We gotta get out there.
I know that'll be a fun time right there. But yeah, man, you're right, bro. That group, bro, is just so funny. We're all from different backgrounds, but it's like similar to my old podcast. Like, there's so much that brings us together more than we think, bro. It doesn't matter like what color you are, what like race, religion, what you believe in. It's like we all like good food. We need to use the bathroom. We love a good smile and laugh, you know. So that also takes a lot of maturity, bro, to acknowledge that too. The different upbringing from like all the other people, you know, and then to go off that too, man. Since like, you know, being with your wife now. Proud Mexican lady. We love you, Dani, again. Shout out to, this is just the flower. This is the episode just about her. She's not even here, you know. The first time you went to like her hometown, man, how was that whole experience like compared to your upbringing in Rhode Island? Tell me about that whole experience, man.
Well, it's funny because there's two parts to it. It's like the one part of everything felt like the same. It was like, you know, dinner on Sunday. Family was all around. It was really cool because she's the youngest of 6, and they all have kids. So like watching them like mess around, play around. It reminds me of me and my cousins. but at the same time, I was in deep non-tourist Mexico, where no one spoke English.
Different living conditions. Yeah.
And so there was so much difference in culture by way of food, music, things, other activities and things you did. And one thing that just amazed me the whole time was just like the energy the whole time. The first time I went, the first time I got off the plane, just like trying to, like, I didn't know what to expect. Like, you see pictures, you FaceTime, whatever. And like, it was just straight, like meeting people, like meeting everyone. And then like that night straight out, like, to like a nightclub and then hang out with their friends and then going like after I was ready to go home. I've been up for 24 hours. Like, no, now we have to go for tacos after. And like,
can't say no to that.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Then you're just driving home and it's like and then there's just like a band playing on the side of the road. Like, bro, the most random stuff.
Yeah,
and
just keep going. Yeah.
But like, I'm obsessed with Mexico. I'm obsessed with going back to shout out to Aguascalientes.
Yeah.
I like the music, the food, the energy of like my family down there and the people, like all the friends that I've made. Again, like very different, but similar.
Yeah,
in the sense of like very open, very family oriented, and it's been like great for our relationship that we both take interest in each other's cultures and like families. And so I've gotten like really close with my in-laws, and that was 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, that I went down there for the first time, and my Spanish is much, much better.
Wow. Okay. Papi Chulo. I need to re-practice my Spanish, so I might have to take some lessons with you, player.
I was like messing around Duolingo, and then I went down there, and I was like, shit, I don't know anything. I was like, I really got to learn, because like I'm gonna be coming down here
often, forever. Yeah.
And if I want to have a relationship, I mean, like, obviously, all of her brothers and cousins and everyone like speak English, but like you want to connect on a deeper when you're down there, so that's been like not a big part, but something I've been like prioritizing over the past couple of years, like learning the language. And now it's been cool to like have a relationship with like my in-laws without like a translator.
Yeah, and honestly, languages are fascinating too, because even though you could use Google Translate or they could speak English, it's not, because the context between the different languages, like even Mexican Spanish compared to like Spain Spanish, or like
throughout regions. In
Mexico. Exactly, bro. And Indonesia's the same thing too, bro. You could talk in one dialect and another, and there's just that warmth when you actually have a language that they're comfortable with. And then I'm sure with the same with you too, like the whole Rhode Island accent. Rhode Island accent. Yeah. What is the Rhode Island accent, by the way? I've heard a little bit about it, but I can't put my finger on it, to be honest.
I don't want to get in trouble here. It still comes out, but I haven't been back in too long. I'm going back tomorrow night.
Okay.
So if you see me on Sunday, I'm gonna have to talk different.
Yes, we'll put him on speaker later on. But would you say is it more New York leaning or more Boston leaning?
It's a mix. That's like the best. I'm glad you said that. That's like the best way to put it. It's like New York with like the Italian strong, like loud, and some of the mannerisms, and then Boston in the dropping vowels and having like, it's just certain words, and it's just a lot of not pronouncing things, and a lot of random slang that I didn't realize people didn't talk like that until I went all the way to the next state over and realized nobody knew what the
hell
a bubbler was when I was looking for a water fountain.
That's a racial slur. We'll cut this part. A bubbler. That's what y'all called it?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, what? That's true. But do people in Massachusetts call it the bubbler?
They might.
I think
it's more, the like slang is overlap from Massachusetts, and like the language, at least we're out like my area with like the Italian American influence, the New York accent's definitely in there, but it's a mix.
It's fascinating, bro. Yeah, because in Connecticut, where I'm from, it's like closer to New York, so we adopt so much New York slang, bro. Like, oh, it's brick out there. Like, we use every type of. I think we barely use any like Boston or like that part of the the East Coast slang. So because like I'm way super close to New York, but maybe the people in Hartford might sound a little differently. I don't know. We'll find someone in Hartford just to be on the Patty Show. I'm sure there's a couple people out there, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Huskies, UConn Huskies, you know. Speaking of those college teams, don't you support what team do you support? What is it called?
College basketball?
Yeah, college basketball.
Providence College?
There we go, Providence College. I remember because I remember randomly just seeing it on your TV.
Yeah.
Whenever I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay, well,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
When did you start having that like you know, support for them? Was it the fam or
Yeah.
they're just hardcore? Was it
Nah, yeah. Actually, my grandpa did go to Providence College.
Shout out.
But it's funny because in Rhode Island, Providence College is like similar to Fairfield, of like a private. Like the kids that go there are like Fairfield. Yeah, like I'm not. It's just like private, like New Jersey, Connecticut. But the Providence College basketball is very much like a local thing. Like it's very like everyone growing up like watches Providence, and then URI is like the state school, but they're down by the beach, and so no one really supports them. I mean, down there maybe, I don't know, but like in Providence and the surrounding areas, like we all support PC, and just always growing. I mean, it's one of the things like everyone's got tickets, so it's like, you know, you just like someone texts you like, yo, you want to come to a PC game? Yeah, all right. So that's like that's like what you did on like a Tuesday night or a Friday, Saturday during the day growing up with like something to do. Parents would take you, you know, and then they were never that good. And then recently they got good. Now nobody has tickets. Everyone's using their tickets.
That's the thing, bro. They had like a couple years ago maybe when they were like balling out, bro.
Yeah.
In the tournament too.
They made the tournament a few times. It's fun. Like we would always come. My dad would take us, one of our friends and his dad and a couple of other friends, whoever was hanging around the house at the time. We would all get in my dad's Yukon and drive to New York and come to the Big East tournament. And we'd watch PC play like in the first round. Wow. They'd always get bounced and everything. Then I moved here, and they were good again. They were finally good, and me and my brother go every year now. And they actually win sometimes. But
yeah, you all went to a game, right? I think a couple years ago. I think that's cool, man. How is that like March Madness atmosphere, bro? I don't think I've ever been to a game actually. Yeah, like how is that like with like the audience and like even like the mascots and everything? What's the whole like ambiance like? Paint a picture for me.
So it's funny. Well, I haven't been to a tournament game yet. That is on the bucket list. But I love MSG for the Big East tournament because you have teams like maybe like Villanova or St. John's, where like mostly Villanova, where you got like all the Wall Street guys that went to Nova, and then you got like 20% Providence College guys. And like I said, even though Providence is like private, like expensive institution, still like that local support. And so it's the only time in New York when I'm like in New York and I see like 10 people I know from home, like all made the trip out to New York.
Yeah, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. And but the atmosphere is great. It's always really cool because it's always like sway. It's never like 50-50. So like when it's like Nova versus PC, it'll be like 80-20, like 80% Nova fans.
Wow.
But like the Providence fans might be a little more rowdy.
Yeah.
You know? So
that's always nice, man.
It's fun and it's real fans. Like you know, like a Knicks game is gonna be like more corporate, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But like I feel college. I like college sports much more now, and I feel college basketball. Like
you'll feel the passion,
an atmosphere that's my favorite.
I felt it when I went to the Yale Harvard game, bro.
Yeah,
like before,
exactly,
bro. It was insane. People were like going naked. They're like doing this, dancing in the freezing cold, like 20-degree weather, like going wild, bro. We ended up storming the field because they won in overtime, bro. It's insane. And it's because like they genuinely wanted to be there, you know, all the students. Yeah. And that's the thing that sucks with like watching an NBA game or NFL, any of those big World Cup tickets for them, bro. They're like $1 million. I'm like, damn, I don't even have my wife yet. I have to pay for these tickets. And I did the raffle thing, bro. Twice I didn't even get anything.
Nah, I picked them all.
Oh, great.
Mexico City, Guadalajara,
there you go.
LA, New York.
We going, bro. We out. Because
I gotta feed all of them. Nothing.
Bro, it's
tried
crazy.
To volunteer. No.
I know, yeah. Man, the World Cup, hook up the Patty Show and all the guests. We'll have a fun time right there. We'll support it with all the passion, pleasure, positivity. But no, the World Cup, man, it's crazy how they have those raffles to have the opportunity
to buy
them. I'm like, bro, where is this money going? FIFA, That's why you don't have the video game anymore. Okay, that's why it's EAFC or something. I forget what it's called. That was we used to play a lot in college. I remember just college was just a fun time, man. It was a great time. Senior year, I think, was really a great time, like us connecting personally. More flowers against you, man. More flowers to you. This was the time where you know, breakup happens, but you guys were still with me, and y'all helped me go through that breakup, man. It was a very beautiful time. We got really close during that time because we would hang out like almost every single time, like pull up to your crib and just hang out, or like you guys would pull up to see me over there, and it helped a lot during like you know breakups. It's never easy, especially like if it's within friend groups. Yeah, you know, it could be a little awkward, but you guys always made it not awkward. Maybe Kevin, Kevin,
couple times,
maybe. A little too much. Man, we got some stories when he comes to the podcast. But yeah, man, Fairfield. I'm so grateful that we met because of Fairfield, and yeah, man. Was Fairfield your first choice, by the way, or?
I couldn't care less, Book. I had no idea. My mom was actually just telling me a story the other day that I was applying to colleges, and I applied to the school. I think it was Ithaca. I don't know why I applied. I got the acceptance letter, and it was like the best scholarship, like all the above. Mom was like, "Oh, you know, you want to go check it out?" I was like, "No, it's in Ithaca. It's like 6 hours away. I'm not going there." And she's like, "Why'd you apply? They didn't move Ithaca when you got in." So I don't know. I like people ask me. I don't even remember how I chose Fairfield. I think it was like far enough, but not too far.
Yeah.
Maybe the best school I got into, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
But
because your brothers didn't go there.
No.
Okay. Yeah. See, look at that. Wow. He switched it up on them.
Yeah.
Where did your brothers go to?
St. Joe's in Philly, and Bentley and outside Boston.
Okay. So everyone kind of also wanted to branch out just a little bit, but close enough. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's interesting, man. Well, shout out to that, man. If you went to Ithaca, man, that would have been. I did apply to Ithaca too, actually. Maybe we could have. We went there. We would be different people, I think. Also, Ithaca's far. You're right, bro.
Cold.
There's
I don't know why I applied.
Yeah, I don't know either, bro. I mean, I think I just applied because first gen, bro. I was just applying to anything. I'm like shooter. I say high volume shooter. 50 shots, make 2 of them. It's okay. Percentage bad. Yeah. But hey, at least you made the shot. Yeah, Fairfield was definitely a fun time. You were a info systems and like data. What was your major again?
Info systems and finance.
Oh, okay, info systems and finance. What did you learn at Fairfield with those majors, or did not learn?
What I learned was how to email a lot of people and try to beg for a job. I mean, I feel I'm kind of happy I did info systems versus like straight finance. Because there was some like good computer-based business courses. So like got pretty good at Excel in college, which is helpful in the real world. But I can be honest.
Please.
The degree, like it helps, but I get it. It's a discipline, but I can't think of anything in my day-to-day career in real estate where I'm like, Fairfield. I remember this. Fairfield taught me that. But like I remember,
page 7 on
textbook,
yeah, right here. You know, on this textbook, I remember Professor Bob was like, "You're gonna do this at 7 p.m. every night." Like you know, like I feel like that's college in general, and I think you agree with this too. I don't think everyone has to go to college, to be honest with you. Like the connection part, I think is so amazing, and I'm grateful I went to college. But if you know you're gonna be like in crazy debt and you're in a field that like it does not make sense at all, like. Think of other options. There's so many opportunities out there. We were talking about it with like social media. Like you could literally be a content creator in a field that's just emerging right now and make so much money and have fulfillment compared to someone that's like drowning in debt and then they're doing a 9-to-5 job that doesn't fulfill them. Maybe it pays the bills, but there's like something that's missing. So there's always a path for everybody. And like I think that entrepreneur mindset also like it runs in the family. I see, shout out to Pops over there. But you use what you can with the skills that you get from like college and like info systems. I didn't even know it was a major, to be honest. But is that like more of a? Do you guys do coding by chance or
no? So
some of that. Or no?
So like because it wasn't computer science, the way it was kind of explained was the way that they set up the core was you wouldn't be coding, but you might be managing a team of coders for a business application. And so actually what I learned, I don't use it. I was a little harsh. I don't use it all the time, but I did learn a lot. Not necessarily like management, but like design, systems designs. So maybe I wouldn't have been like in there writing the code, but sort of understanding how, for example, maybe an app is created through like the visualization, and then the idea would be you'd hand it off to the computer science person to, like,
to do the
go
technical
and create
part.
it. And I mean, I think it was helpful with maybe like management, and it was a little bit less. It was a little bit. I think the courses were a little more creative, as creative as you can be, like in a business school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we had a lot of projects where we would go out and get like real world clients, whether it was just like a friend, like a classmate's dad, or like a local business, and we would redesign their website to make it more business oriented, whatever it was, like creating business plans, things like that, designing systems. And maybe I don't use it on a day to day, but there was some good teachers and like good things that like were instilled. Something that maybe I'm just like grasping at straws, but I do feel that there was a part of being in a major like that again, maybe I can't like point to page 7.
Yeah.
But it like sets you up.
There's some value.
Yeah, like some value in it. Like you were saying, maybe it's not worth the college education, but like whatever, I did it, and I'm here, and I'm happy, and like, you know, I like it's definitely the easy. I don't want to say the easier route because college isn't easy. The more traditional route, but I don't know. Maybe it's a conversation for another time. But I definitely think like that whole model is gonna, especially with AI, it's just gonna.
Oh yeah, no, the whole AI stuff is crazy. When you were doing like the info systems, did they familiarize you with some artificial intelligence stuff, or not at all at that point?
No. So at that, I mean, that was also the thing that I liked about it versus being like in computer science. Even though AI was pretty new, I kind of knew that, like, at that time when we were in college and a little bit before that, everyone was like, you got to go be a coder. You're going to make like
everyone
6 figures out of college, all this stuff. And now you have like these AI systems that can just like kind of write code for you. You
can make a prompt,
English, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, or even broken English. That's how I do it. That's my job, bro. My prompts are sometimes like, yo, give me that code though. I kid you not. And I'm like, it's shout out to all the creatives out there, bro. Bro, I'm like surprised. I work for a tech company. I'm like, all I have to write is like I'm in kindergarten. You know? It's true though, and not to discourage the coders out there.
No.
You know,
of course.
You know, my brother, he just got a CS degree, so shout out to him, working hard, proud of you. But it's like what I think is what to take from this is like, there's so many more opportunities out there. You just have to really just dive in and try and ask people all the different avenues. Because look at that. That's like, you wouldn't think that there would be someone managing the people that are doing the coding, right? Because you're like, oh, it's just things just work. No, there's like a role for that. And I even learned that, especially like working with Meta, bro. Like there's so many different like product manager, program manager, all these different things. I'm like, bro, no one told me. Well, that's the thing that's why at college I'm also like, you know, 6, 7. I don't know why I did it with college. Like they don't really tell you that stuff in like a lot of school, bro. Like that they're making new positions every second. Too. Yeah. Like even though they say like the job market is booty, don't worry, I've dealt with it too. Like during COVID, it was hard finding a job. I get it, whatever. But also, there's also a lot of new opportunities coming up, and you just have to have that ambition and drive and the curiosity to ask people around, and it'll come. You can't just be like, "Let down your hair, Rapunzel." And I'm a theater kid, so like, I get it. You know, I get it. But if you're always asking, bro, and if you're always just like, "Whoa, what? Why is my life so crappy? Why don't I have this job?" Like, bro. Like you have to just grab the bull by the horns and be like, hey, I'm the master of my destiny, so to speak. And that's how you get the stuff that you want. Doesn't matter where you're from. I feel like anyone can do it, man. That's the inspiration right here on the Patty Show. Please do your thing. Look at that. We're preaching on the Patty Show. The priest. We did go to a Jesuit school. Shout out to our Jesuit values. Shout out to the Jesuits. Were you raised Catholic, by the way, bro? Your family? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So wait. So the school, just backtracking, the academy, was that a Jesuit?
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, not Jesuit, but I went to Catholic school from kindergarten through college.
Okay. Still practicing or? Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay, I see you, man. Man.
Actually, if my mother-in-law's listening, I mean, we can maybe do like some Spanish
Oh, yes.
subtitles. Church every Sunday.
Iglesia.
Yeah, you know.
How do you say every Sunday? Something.
Todos los domingos.
Ay, correcto. Look, the man's in Spanish. I still remember. But yeah, whatever he said, I approve of that message. Yeah. Shout out to Fairfield and all the crazy adventures, and you definitely learned a lot, man. You grew a lot. And what's your biggest advice? Because also, guys, we graduated in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
For someone that is trying to get into the workforce and there's a pandemic, how did you find a job during the pandemic? Hopefully we never have to live through a pandemic, but maybe someone's watching this in the next pandemic. How can we help? Oh my God.
Don't put that out there.
I know, right? Please, knock on one. But yeah, like in a job market that's always like not the best, it's never going to be optimal.
Yeah.
What tips would you give out there to the young professionals that are trying to do? Let's start with just finance, for example, like that kind of realm.
So I think I think I'm 5 years into my career, and so I'm kind of transitioning from that like early career to like still early, but you need to like know something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's most important early on to be as assertive and just network like crazy, because basically exactly what we said during what we just got finished talking about is that at the end of the day, like nobody's going to expect you to come into any job day one and finance and know what to do. Maybe in computer science, you should know how to code, this language or whatever. And so what's most important is making relationships. And that I just remember me and like my roommates just like spending Friday afternoons like before starting like post
the weekend.
You get done with done with the class early on a Friday, and then you spend like Friday afternoon before starting, like having a couple of beers, like just scouring LinkedIn, like sending out messages, not being afraid and taking calls. And to be honest, I wish I was a little better at keeping those relationships, but because as you get older, people kind of want to they have less like incentive to help you. Everyone would love to help a recent college grad, teach them, but you have to be like coachable. You have to be assertive. You have to go out of your way. No one's gonna come to you and say like, "Hey man, I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
You seem so interesting. You're a college grad." No, like you have to go out there and for example, people always kind of use the excuse of like, "Well, I don't know anyone." Like I didn't really know anyone. Like when you're in college, you have a built-in network by like searching for people that go to your college. But even beyond that, I think especially when you're young, people are just so willing to help you. You just like, I think I want to be in real estate. Like, let me just reach out to these random guys and shoot, bro. If you reach out to 100 people in one answer, maybe that one is going to give you a job. Like, I think early on you have to be prepared and you have to educate yourself on things.
Of course.
And you can't just like go into a call and just be like, "Hey, tell me what you do." You have to have like questions prepared and everything. But at the end of the day, you have to like get reps in with like creating relationships. And the only way you're going to get a job, really, not the only way, but in this day and age, especially with AI and how many jobs people are applying to like nonstop, the only way you're going to get a job is with an in. And so people do, like, I get it. People are always talking about how like, oh, this guy, his dad's a CEO and he knows this guy who, like, not all of us have that benefit, but
can't hate the player.
Exactly.
Hate the game,
but it's just easier for that Nepo baby
Mm-hmm.
to make that connection. It's much harder for someone who doesn't have that connection. Fully recognize that, but you have to go out. That's the best way to get it. Otherwise, you're just leaving it up to
luck. And I think it's the framing of that too, because in one way you can think of it as, man, this sucks, man. Why does Chad get to become a manager already at 21?
Yeah.
Well, then if anything gets messed up, because stuff happens, markets crash and whatever, he won't be ready because he doesn't have any resilience. But you that's hustling and you're just like applying to all the different things, you can look at it as like, okay, I have to work harder than Chad. And when you work harder than him, let's say you guys make it to the same level, when there's figuratively the boat is rocking, you've been through so much BS, the likelihood of you surviving it is way higher than Chad that's only had to deal with, I don't know, maybe a nanny job he did randomly. So it's like, in the moment it does suck, and you have to acknowledge that. It's like, yeah, it's unfair. But if you cry about it, nothing's gonna change. Nothing changes if nothing changes, you know. And I've applied that with my life. I don't want to be hypocritical about it. Like, I've had that moment, man. Like, there was nothing happening. I'm like, man, so opportunities. And I'm like, what do? Duh, I moved to the entertainment capital of the world, LA, baby. I can't just stay in Connecticut. I love my CT people, everyone in New York and Boston, but like, that's why shout out to my brother too, helping push me to go there. Like, bro, and you guys too. Like, bro, if you want to do acting, bro, why are you still in Connecticut? And saying it with love, I was not saying like, yo, Patty, you being a bum, man. Why you staying in the couch, bro? You know what I'm saying? He always welcomes me in the couch, though. So that's why I love, you know. But, you know, like, if I didn't have that, bro, I wouldn't be in a great state that I am now. Like, just to live without fear and just realize, hey, man, you just got to reach for those branches. Mm-hmm. If you're always, like, waiting for the branch to come to you, you hit 50 years old, you hit 60, and maybe the branch comes at 70, but do we have the same energy as 70-year-olds compared to, like, 27?
Right.
Like, I don't know any, like, even those, you know, see those videos of fit 70-year-old guy. I'm like, yeah, he fit, but like, does he have enough energy really?
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's different. Can he take as much risk? He probably has a lot of kids. Like, you don't have kids that we know of, or that I know of. Story for another time. Oh man, Fairfield, man, that was great. Yeah, too much crazy times. We can't reveal too much of the Fairfield stories. Continuing
That's
on
for the
Patreon,
the paid.
Oh yeah, that's for the OnlyFans. Patty Show Podcast. You can find us at Patty Show Podcast, though. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I do want to go back to that like real estate stuff, bro, because you've done a lot of stuff with Broadway Real Estate Group. What is this? Modena Realty Partners? Is that how you say it?
Modena?
Yeah. And then what is this one? Core Dispo.
Okay.
In Norwalk.
Yeah.
You were a new business. You did new business development intern. For these opportunities, man, did you get it? How did you find these and like get these different opportunities, internships, and like different roles?
Yeah. Well, I was the Nepo baby in that case. Broadway is my dad's company.
Oh, shout out Broadway. That's the New York there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Yankees too. He's a hardcore Yankees fan. I love that he always like just goes to the games randomly.
Bro, he's obsessed.
Like sometimes I see the story on Instagram and he's just like trying that. I love that. Shout out to you, the boy. Right? That's funny. But see, he did it for good. This is what it's about. You know, but it's all connections. I worked at the restaurant because my dad was a hibachi chef there. So hey, man, you know, maybe underage, illegal. But we cut that part out. But hey, it just works like we said. You can't hate the player, hate the game. You know, and then after you hate the game, you can just forget about it and just do what you got to do. But yeah, so those those other ones?
Yeah, so the 2 summers that I worked, 2 summers, with my dad, and then I got involved with like a renovation project. That was the Modena. That was like an entity that a connection of my dad and one of his partners that they fix and flip houses out of. So that was a really cool experience. That was the summer of like 17 into like the fall, and then Cordispo was an internship out of Norwalk for this was my first time getting experience like really on the commercial side, and that was actually a random intern. That was actually getting lucky and applying. Like I don't know, I was making like $15, like whatever. You know, like internship wage, but it was a commercial sales broker out of Norwalk, and he was creating his own brokerage firm, and so he was looking for someone like younger, looking to learn, but willing to kind of be his like support for business development. So you know who he should be targeting in the Connecticut area. It was a company that was like pretty much focused on the sale of like office industrial buildings, and you know it wasn't that I was working with that gentleman for a long time. It was for throughout like a school year, and it was sort of like hours that weren't. I didn't do a ton of hours, but I think what I learned there was like, okay, maybe there's something bigger than Rhode Island. Maybe there's something more.
And I like that.
So that was kind of what got me to the following summer to try to get an internship in the city, and which was, I was like kind of on the fence about it. It was sort of seemed easy for me because I had a brother. Thankfully, I had a couch to sleep on. And like it was just like, okay, I'm going to do this for a summer, and if I like it, I'll return. If not, then I'll figure it out my senior year. And so it was kind of a progression into getting me to jump in and move to the city, to New York, and sort of get into a bigger industry. Like if you, like you said, if you're gonna be an actor, you want to move to LA. If you want to be in real estate, you got to be you want to be in New York. Even if later down the line you move somewhere else, this is sort of like the real estate capital.
The hub,
It's the hub, and so that summer was important. It was an internship. It was like 8 weeks with like a Citizens, like a real bank.
Citizens Bank, shout out to them. Yeah. I
Shout
saw
out
a lot
to
in
the
Boston
bank.
actually randomly.
Yeah.
Is there a hub over there or?
Yeah, they're actually like based in Boston.
Oh, that makes sense. I saw so many, bro, because we were looking for an ATM because we were having a fun night out.
They're based in Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My fault. Hometown. Hometown. Yeah, there were so many of them, bro, because we were looking for like an ATM just to get cash.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
they're all over New England.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Shout out to Citizens Bank. But after that bank, you worked with People's United, right?
Yeah.
That was during the COVID time?
Yeah, so your earlier question, I didn't bring it up because I don't know. I was pretty lucky. I got my first job before COVID. Started during COVID. Thank God. Thankfully, I think it was actually a Fairfield job fair that I made a connection, applied through, got into like a sort of like a entry program through People's United, and it started. I think I went into like Christmas, like at least going into like the second semester with a job. So it was great. Like I was starting my second semester senior year, I could coast. And then obviously the pandemic happened in March. And so I started in June. And so after like thinking I was going to have like all this freedom, move to New York City, live on my own, I started my first job like in my basement of my parents' house, which was like kind of, I mean, aside from everything with the pandemic, it was kind of nice to like,
get a little pause, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you had a new roommate, right, during that time?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out our boy.
Shout out Rogelio.
Rogelio, shout out to you. I don't know if we want to have you on the Patty Show because that'd be crazy. Maybe Kevin and him. That would probably go viral.
That would go viral.
We'll get an episode. But that's a funny little era over there. So then you ended up still like working with them, and then that's when you moved to our favorite place near the UN.
Yeah. Nigerian
embassy.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people over there. I don't think I've ever met them, but
they were around.
Oh, they're around over there. Yeah. That's so funny, man. What kind of work was it exactly, bro? I see it as like commercial banking, but what's commercial banking versus like was it commercial credit analysts?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's the difference between those?
It's like a function under commercial. Like commercial bank is sort of like the broader section of the bank. So obviously you have like the personal banking, or like me or you might go into a bank, ask for a loan, ask for a credit card. Sort of from 30,000 feet above, it's the same thing. It's like just either like businesses or institutions going in and getting loans and credit lines of credit.
Extra zeros. A lot of
exactly.
That's
exactly.
That's a commercial means extra zeros.
And there was always like exactly. And it was always a focus on real estate. So it was always commercial real estate lending. So lending on whether it's like construction, renovation, or just like typical like acquisition refinances. It was always sort of lending, learning how to lend money to real estate owners, operators in mostly New York City.
Wow, look at that! I'm learning more. And maybe you can lend some money to the Patty Show. I don't have enough zeros for a big lump sum, but we'll talk after that. And then you ended up transitioning to Modern Bank. So what is Modern Bank exactly? I try to look into it, but how would you describe that? Is it company? Like company?
Yeah. So it's like a smaller, privately owned. Like you won't find them on the stock market, which is much different than most banking culture. And I think what I was looking for was like a year and a half, 2 years into my career, and I found that at like a big bank, it was very like bureaucratic, I guess is the word.
Very
Like,
corporate vibe.
yeah, very
like
corporate.
The ladder, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I started to see the ladder, and I was like,
like,
I was kind of talking about goals and stuff. They're like, well, if you put in 2 years here, a year here, and this,
but
and
then
I'm
your
like,
entrepreneurial
okay, but like, what
mind
if,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah. So exactly. So like without being able to like go off and start my own business while living in New York and all this stuff, I was like, okay, well, let me try to do what I'm doing for like a smaller company, be able to have a little more flexibility. And what I really was looking for is like to be judged like based on merit. So like I don't want you to just tell me like, yeah, put in 2 years here and then you get this promotion. It was just kind of like, um, hey, you're starting here. If you do well, we'll keep promoting you. If you just like are average, we'll just keep you where you are. And that's kind of what it's been. And so the goal and the plan, and it still is like to be like entrepreneurial. And so I always tell people it's probably working for like a small bank is the most entrepreneurial you can be within, as entrepreneurial as you can be within like a very legacy, old school like business. But it's gotten me the opportunity to do a lot of different things versus like at a bigger place, you're doing like one thing and you're doing a lot of it. I've done like maybe not as many things many times, but like a whole breadth of learning sort of the business. And then also for me, what I keep revisiting and what I'm like very adamant about is making like relationships throughout like professionally. And so working at a smaller, when you're at a larger institution, you're like buried in the back office and like they don't let you out. You just get out for lunch and then back to work.
Yeah, back to work now. That was 30 minutes. Jeffrey, that was 31.
And it's still like that here. It's still that, but it's like giving me the opportunity to start, from, pretty early in my career to be able to start making relationships with like very respected business people, real estate owners, and kind of like learn from them a little more like on a personal basis. So that's been the cool thing, being sort of younger earlier in my career, but being able to have like relationships with like on external relationships, like with people who are actually out there, like building buildings and renovating buildings and doing things like that. And so it's been really cool. I mean, to be in New York City and doing that stuff it's always something. It's always interesting. There's always like tug of war of like, are the landlords evil? Are they not? Are the this? So it's a very scrutinized business, but it's essential and it's pretty interesting. And I'm not saving lives, but it's interesting.
Hey man, you're saving some sort of lives, man. That's an interesting field that you're in, man. And congrats as your big promotion, Mr. Assistant VP. Let's go, player. Let's go, player. Okay. What is the day-to-day responsibility of an assistant VP, man? In that type of world, what does your 9 to 5 look like?
Oh man, it's
or
everything.
Is it 9 to 9? Or is it?
It's a little bit of everything. It's taking on a little bit of a little bit of a management role, a little bit of it's really a lot of what I've been doing, just with like enhanced responsibility. So having a lot of freedom or responsibility to confidence, and like sort of the position is maybe not too dissimilar with what I've been doing. It's just that the people within the organization have a little bit more confidence and give you a little more freedom and allow you to make more decisions on your own, and your input is much more valued, I guess. And so over 4 years of being there, I think obviously starting at like a younger age, little experience to where I am now, it just feels like my voice is heard a little more. And look, a title's a title. Like it doesn't mean a ton, but it is something to like recognize your work and just kind of, like I said, kind of the weight that your opinion holds based on your experience, based on how well you know things. And so won't get into like specifics. I don't have to,
confidentiality.
No, not even. No. I don't want to bore anyone with that. It's not overly exciting. But like on a people level, it's pretty cool to sort of have for people to have the confidence in me to interface with clients much more, take responsibility and make decisions that maybe previously when I first started were much more heavier managed, whereas now I have a little more responsibility. And then even when guys come on, when newer younger folks come on, taking a role of like teaching and mentoring.
It's crazy to say, right? I feel like we're still kids at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like
that's the crazy part. Like we still joke like the same crazy jokes with the Eon bros. And we're getting closer to 30, so it's kind of crazy.
Closer to 30 than 20.
I know. Don't remind me. Oh, that's crazy, man. For those decisions, though, I'm glad that you mentioned that. How do you make those big decisions, man? For example, where it's like, that decision is really going to impact the whole company and the whole, like, how do you stay composed and be like, okay, this is what I'm going to go for and not regret it, I guess? Like, how do you make those big decisions? I know as like an entrepreneur for anything really, like even for this podcast, bro, there's so many decisions you just have to make that will impact the whole thing that you're doing. How do you make decisions? What's your whole process with decision making?
Yeah, so like I think especially in the real estate world, the numbers have to make sense, and that's like the easy part. Like anyone, you have to like support your data and sort of like go through the process of the technical skills, and that like at my like you can learn pretty quickly, and you just at least like it comes like fairly easily to me. What is more important, in my opinion, it always comes back to people. So you're essentially giving someone larger sums of money to go and do something on behalf of and on behalf of like a company, and so there's not a ton of there are things in place, but at the end of the day, like you're really trying not to give bad people money.
Okay.
And so not bad people and not like irresponsible people, because like the numbers can make sense all they have to be, but at the end of the day, especially in a world like real estate where there is like a lot of execution involved, so you at the end of the day, like it is a hard asset and you do have to go out and do the thing. Like you have to go out and maybe the guy that we're lending money to is not pouring the foundation and building the house or swinging ahead, but they have to go out and hire the right people to do those things, and they have to manage the budget and do all these things. And so, like I said, the numbers you can get behind a spreadsheet and the numbers can make sense. They have to make sense to an extent, of course, to a minimum degree. But in the end, it ends up being like a character call, and that's again going back to relationships, A, and B, just like learning about people. Like it's okay to like if there's some like slimy people out there, and so not that I've dealt with any like bad people or anything, but you learn as you go along, kind of like the traits of good business people and bad business people.
Wow.
Maybe they're not bad people. They're
just
bad business people. They're disorganized.
It's not someone you want in the team and trying to collaborate with.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get that a lot, man. That's true. It's just the same thing for any field. Entertainment, for example. Like, I could love the person all we want, but I'm not making a music video with Jan Conan. You know? Sorry, Jan, but I will have you on the podcast again. First episode. That's the thing. It's just like our strengths are different, bro. If you put me in Excel, bro, I'm actually not too bad with it now, actually. Yeah. But if you put me in, I don't know, I'm trying to think of it there. If you put me as a surgeon, good luck, guys. It's not happening, so it's just whatever anyone kind of can fit into it.
Yeah.
Damn, this guy, he's learning so much. That was such a professional answer. Oh, my man, Alex Jeffrey, brother, man. Well, let's get to the talking points, because we went all over the place, and I'm learning so much about you, man. All the passion that you bring. Our first talking point, focusing on passion, repping out resilience. Okay, what challenge built your inner strength? And kind of just to piggyback on that, that entrepreneur mindset, I guess, also.
To be honest, like I feel my challenges have always been myself. It's always been kind of like internal, and so for me, like any challenge comes from self-doubt, and like lack of confidence and lack of maybe drive. So for me to be successful, like I need to overcome those three things, and something like constantly working on. But I noticed that I'm my best version when I'm like confident, when I'm driven, and there's other things beneath that I need to do to become confident and driven, and that's just like staying healthy, like keeping good mindset, continuing to have just like good thoughts, and like staying positive. That's why having people like you in my life is so good, bro. Like but you need positive people around you. Like I've been around so many people that are negative, and you just can't. It's
hard, bro. Yeah, your environment really does shape how you are, and I've realized a lot, bro. That like you doing the leap to New York, also speaking of drive, I'm sure you felt the extra drive when you're here, seeing these people are hustling, bro. Everybody's just waking up early, biking around. Like even you see people working like in the different jobs in like Amazon or like Uber Eats. The hustle thing, man, it's hard to not hustle when you see that. Like if I see someone waking up in the crack of dawn doing this and that, I'm like, man, I can't be lacking, And of course, there's like the line of when you push, like we were talking about this before, though, but like where you push yourself too much and then you grind into nothing. But there's the moments where sometimes you just gotta suck it up and just get up and get after it,
Yeah.
Take the bull up by the horns, like we said, shoot or shoots. Take your shots. Man, I love that, man. Conquering yourself. Wow. You're doing it, man. You're doing the thing, bro. Proud of you, big man. Second talking point on pleasure, feeling powerful. How can listeners celebrate their power, man? Even in small wins, get that confidence, beat that imposter syndrome. How can they do that? Any tips for you maybe when you deal with that?
Yeah, I think everyone's different, right? So, I mean, the easy answer would be like to reward yourself. For me, I have to have structure and need to be like very, very structured in what I do. And so, for me, it's the satisfaction. Like for me, it's enough to have the satisfaction of the accomplishment. And so being proud of myself is best. For some people, maybe it works that like, hey, I like if you're on a diet and like, hey, I ate really good for 6 days. Like I'm gonna take Sunday and take a day off. Like
that was
have a pizza, which like that's great if you can if your goal is to be on a diet. Like for me, as soon as I start with bad habits, it's like a spiral. So if I have pizza on Sunday, I'll wake up and be like, maybe I already had pizza. Like
it's the stacking.
It's so I've had to find ways to reward myself and like self-assure myself, but also keeping those good habits going. So you don't want to also stop. Like I've had trouble with that where it's like I did one good thing and then it's like, all right, that's good for this month. Like, so it's best to like I find the most rewarding is just being proud of myself. And like, to be honest, that's been like a real benefit of having a partner is someone that's like really like on your, like, look, you have like your family, your brothers, parents, things like that. And of course they're very in tune with your life, but at the end of the day, you're spending the most time, you're probably spending the most time with your coworkers, but you're spending the most intimate time with your partner. And so like Dani's been very involved, very aware of like goals and things that I'm focusing on.
Wow.
And so in cases that maybe I don't have my own like self gratitude, like she's there to remind me like, hey, you did really good on this. And for me, like that's how I celebrate wins. It's just like with the people that I like and the people that I love, and just like reminding myself that I'm doing well, like talking good to myself. Like it sounds crazy.
No, it's true. That positive self-talk, it sounds like, the mumbo jumbo, la-li-da-di-da, like, oh, we're in an island in Bali, which we have to get a trip there eventually, But it's so important, man, because also we're with ourselves 24/7, like if you start, it all compounds either way. Like the positivity can easily go into great directions where you start like doing different networking events out of nowhere because you're just like, man, I feel like I'm capable. I'm Himothy, But there's also, it can go the other way where you're like, man, I missed today's networking event, and there's the next one, and you're like, I don't feel like, and it's just like
missed that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then same like with the diet, like you said, and the accountability is a key thing, for that I've noticed for my personal training clients. Shout out to my personal training clients. You can also find me at TikTok, at Patty Settiati Fitness, Instagram, all that stuff. If you are looking for a personal trainer, see all the random plugs right there. As you can tell, I don't work for commercial real estate. I work in commercials. This is why the power duo
Same
right here.
thing.
See, same thing. It really is. It's all money.
Yeah.
It's all money. But man, thanks for sharing that, man. It takes a lot to also acknowledge that, like, and a lot of testing to see which works for you. Like you said, the 6 days I'm good, and then I'll treat myself with like a pizza. For me too. Also, if I do that, bro, it's the same thing. I'll just spiral. I'll be like, I'll compound the other way. I'm like, okay, it's Monday, and that pizza Sunday was kind of good, you know. So for me, also, I'm probably closer to you too. I've wavered depending on what the goal is, because each goal is different. If it's just for like a 2-week stint, then I could do that. But it all depends. If you need help finding out, though, Patty Settiati Fitness, your personal trainer.
Also virtual.
Yes, virtual.
You don't have to
online.
be local to LA.
Yeah, you could be LA too. You could be in New York. You could be in Sweden. You know who you are. Final talking point of the Patty Show. Positivity. This is what it's all about. This is why we're here. Okay, lifting others up. Okay, man. What mantra or mental cues keeps you going on like those hard days, like you mentioned, the self-doubt and anything that you say to yourself that kind of helps you feel good, man, when like baby boo isn't with you, your girl, or like the homies aren't there and you're just by yourself, because like I said, there's always moments we're gonna be by ourselves. Anything that you say in your mind that you go through?
I mean, I think for me there's always two parts of my life. Like personally, it's always just gratitude. So maybe there isn't like a mantra or something, but it's always being thankful for what I have, talking with family members, things like that. So maybe I don't have a mantra. Maybe I should get one. But maybe like professionally, something that I've been maybe saying, the mantra that I've liked, and it's a little cheesy, but whatever. It's like fortune favors the bold. I don't know why I've liked that lately.
Where's that from? That's from a commercial also, actually.
Yeah, it's from, I don't know. It's like a pretty, it's like a, but it's like I feel it's like a popular saying of just like you're never going to be successful at just doing like, something
mediocre. Taking the risk a little bit. I like it. Fortune favors the bold.
So when someone tells you like, that's a risky idea, it's kind of like, well, it's a bold idea.
It's a bold idea. I like that. And that's where we're going to the casino right after this with Alessio. I'm dead.
Feeling lucky.
I know, for real, man. Well, I'm feeling lucky and blessed, bro, that you're here, brother. Thanks for all the amazing advice out there, bro. Like, I've learned so much. I'm going into real estate now. I already have all the gems. That's all I need. I got the commercial part. Now I got the real estate. We'll do like the Dragon Ball Fusion. We combine into one. There we go. Oh, man, what a great, blessed episode, man. Where can we find you, by the way, on LinkedIn and LinkedIn, or Instagram?
Yeah, Alex Jeffrey. All your opportunities now. LinkedIn, Instagram, AJeff_11.
Yeah, man, we're super blessed.
Where to find me?
Yes, sir. And then any fun travels coming up soon with wifey, family, or anything?
Nothing yet, but we just got back from Europe a month ago.
Oh, man. Fun time?
Yeah, Spain and Portugal.
Woo!
That was
I want to go to Portugal so bad, bro. It looks like a blast, dude. That was... Shout out to the credit card points, right? Not Amex, though. Okay? But that's a story for another. Chase, shout out to Chase if you know.
Sponsor the Patty Pack
Oh,
podcast.
Man. Oh, I would love that. We'll go everywhere. But yeah, shout out to the credit card, travel credit cards specifically. Be smart with your money. What's in your wallet? Capital One. Capital One also sponsor the Patty Show. Sponsor all that stuff. But
I mean, if Amex wants to sponsor you,
Amex too. I'll delete that part and you sponsor us with all of it, everybody. But man, I'm grateful for you. So thankful for everything you've like just the knowledge you've given to me, bro, the positive energy, literally a place to stay, the love, like I said, the just inspiration, man. Like, you helped me on those hard days too, because I know you're grinding, bro. So the days I'm feeling like, man, I'm just going to watch my anime, which I still do sometimes. It's been a while, actually.
I'm just going to call you a nerd. So it's
and then it's going to help me get up out of my bed, Joking. But, bro, I just appreciate you generally as a friend, as a brother, bro, and just keep doing your thing. And we're going to have another episode in the future, maybe with the boys. maybe with Pops. That would be a fun one. That would be good. If you're watching this, you know what you're doing. Arigato. We like to end the show with arigato, so we'll do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Arigato. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySetiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.